Blog Talk Radio.
Greetings. This is Cherokee Billy, and I thank you for tuning in to the program today, The Sacred Path, and we're going to be discussing the equinox and how it's going to affect you. I'm running a bit behind, and I got to come in to the control panel and welcome in my guests, so hang in there with me for a moment. Some days I'm running behind, but the one thing about fall, we kind of start to slow down a bit, which I like very much. It's my favorite season of the year. No two ways around it. I'm sure many of you feel the same. Anyway, give me a moment here. I'm getting into the control panel where I can let in my dear friend Ray, and I'm trying to bring him on. Hello, Ray, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. How you doing?
Oh, just running a little behind, as I said, but doing okay. And I hope you're excited about the equinox, the fall season, like I am. How do you feel about it?
It's definitely time to slow down a little bit. Not that I'm really running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but yeah, it's definitely time to slow down. It's getting darker earlier. You end up sleeping longer, or at least trying to sleep longer, and just time to relax.
Yes, a little slowing down. It'll be nice when the cooler weather is here, probably more towards the beginning of October, but it's coming very soon. But the subject of today's show is how the equinox will affect your zodiac sign. And I'm sure many people are interested in that because everybody wants to know, according to astrology or their horoscope, that sort of thing. So let me just get in here a minute. I don't know why I'm messing around with things here. Today I'm just a little behind, as I said. But did you find the document, Ray, that you can work with?
Yes, I did.
Great. Well, let's start with Aries.
Right.
Yeah, well, let's start with Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So what is that, the equinox, going to do with the Aries sign? Well, as the sun moves into your seventh house of romantic partnerships, this season encourages you to prioritize interdependence, which can go against your innate behavior, although this may not be a time when you're as occupied with your solo projects. It's a beneficial period for deepening your dynamics with others. Feel free to spend your time socializing now. It'll be nice to take a break from your independent pursuits. So anyone in the sign of Aries, these are things you can do. And Ray, do you want to share about Taurus here?
Sure. As the fall equinox, I have a little thing here that I read. Unfolds, you'll be seeking increased balance in your daily routines and activities. As a fellow, I'm not very good at this.
Yeah, neither am I. But
yeah,
someone who's in the sign of Venus.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Where we're at. Harmony is everything, and the season is when prioritizing pleasant rituals and to pay off the most. You may feel inclined to prioritize your health, overall well-being in a way that satisfies and sustains you, making this a fortunate time to implement a new self-care practice, which is good because it's telling you that it's a good time to start worrying about yourself, your health, things like that, to make things better for the individual.
And that's a good one. We all could use that, not just people under Taurus. I think we all need it. Now let's go to my favorite air sign, Gemini. And I am a Gemini. The fall equinox is a creative time for all Geminis. As the sun shifts into your fifth house this month, Your desire for pleasure, satisfaction, and enjoyment will be illuminated. It's a fortunate time for engaging in activities that make you happy, whether it's a new romantic interest or a fun new hobby. You'll be enjoying yourself all month long. Well, that's good news for the Gemini. Now let's go to the
Absolutely.
Cancer.
Cancer, the sun will shift in your fourth house, encouraging you to beautify your home and private world. During the fall equinox, you'll be inclined to indulge in the pleasures of your domestic life, nurture the connections you share behind closed doors. Feel free to retreat into your own shell. And a shell now, you won't be too interested in venturing too much this month.
That sounds interesting. Again, all of these to me apply to each person, but we're just going with these signs. Now let's go to Leo, the little lion. Well, Leo, this month the sun, your chart ruler, will be moving into Libra, illuminating your desire for connection via communication, shared ideas, and studying topics that stimulate your mind. This month you'll be actively taking in more information from your local environment and engaging in stimulating and productive conversations. You won't have to go too far to learn new things this month, little Leo. That one cracked me up because Ray is a Leo. And let's just say that's a very funny one in terms of his life.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That one would
Absolutely.
make anyone laugh. Well, you want to go with the next, the Virgo?
Virgo, sure. As the fall equinox unfolds, your primary focus will be on money, possessions, and resources. You may be focusing more on how you can make more money or capitalize off of the gifts and talents you have been given. You may also be more inclined to treat yourself this month, Virgo, so be sure to keep an eye on your spending. Libra energies trend to increase the desire splurge.
Well, that one, again, I think it can apply to all zodiac signs, that particular one. You know,
Absolutely.
I think we all, when we get to feeling a certain way, we want to splurge and, oh, I deserve this or whatever attitude and, get things that you really didn't need. So think about that. Now we go into Libra, the balanced one. Well, it's your season, Libra, so naturally you're going to be feeling yourself. As the sun travels through your first house, you'll experience a surge in confidence as you begin to assert yourself more than usual. It's a fortunate time for taking risks and putting yourself out there, especially when it comes to making new connections. Socializing has always been easy for you, but as the fall equinox unfolds, you'll be attracting attention by simply honoring your authenticity. And I think that's lovely right there. Sums it up well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's putting yourself out there is getting out of your comfort zone is what I call it.
Oh, yes.
But, oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people, including myself, don't like to get out of their comfort zone. But you have to get out of your comfort zone to move on with life in general.
Very true. Very true. Well, you want to go with the next one, Scorpio?
Scorpio, sure. That's that little bug.
A little?
Oh, well, it's compared to a lion or something. It's little, but it's deadly.
Compared to a lion.
Okay. While you trend to, while you tend to be a private person, Libra season is a time of heightened withdrawal, introspection. I think that's how you say it, which may cause you to feel more antisocial. That's me. I'm always antisocial. Of course, with the job that I had, You get tired of being around people. Antisocial than usual. Don't worry, though. The time you'll be spending getting to know yourself better will pay off, especially once your season comes around.
Yeah, it's a time to go more inside your shell, for the Scorpio. And that could be a good thing because energies I always feel for Scorpio are very extreme. There's so many different things going on during the zodiac sign of Scorpio. So always take care of yourself, and if you want to be by yourself, don't think it's a bad thing. You need it at this time. Now we go to Sagittarius. On September 23rd, the sun will shift into your 11th house of friends and social groups, illuminating your desire for community and collective support. You may find yourself participating in more group outings or projects this month that encourage collaborations and cooperating with others. Whether you're joining forces with an organization or spending more time in a group setting, you'll be doing plenty of socializing this fall, little Sagittarius. So that's a nice one. Sagittarius needs some time to get out of their mind because they're so intellectual, and it's time to get out. Okay, let's go to the next, Ray.
Capricorn. This
Yep.
month you'll focus on your career and professional endeavors as the sun makes its way to your 10th house. This is a great time to showcase the work you're proud of and any accomplishments that you would like to be known for. They're bound. Yeah, there are bound to be received well now. Capricorn, don't be shy. You deserve some credit for all the achievements that you did. And too many people, they're out there doing things and doing good things, and nobody gives them any credit for it, so now's the time to take the credit for what, what you've been doing.
Pat yourself on the back. Somebody should, and nobody better than yourself. And just know that all that is divine, the angels, they're all there applauding you as well. So now we go into Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, you'll be feeling incredibly adventurous this month. As the fall equinox unfolds, you'll be eager to venture out into the world and explore different perspectives, places, and studies. It's an auspicious time to switch up your routines and do something spontaneous. The world is your oyster this season, so feel free to indulge in different adventures. Very, very good is all I can say. You want to go on to the next?
Sure, Pisces. That's my son's, so my one son. So it's going to be interesting to see what this says.
Okay.
On September 23rd, the sun will shift into your 8th house, illuminating your private matters, finances, and intimate connections with others. This month, you'll be pulling the curtain back on some of the deeply personal sides of your life. You may be setting boundaries in your relationship or reassessing your funds and resources. This month may be a more serious one for you, but by the end of it, you'll be relieved that you got some important affairs in order.
Very good. For, again, the Pisces, and again, I feel it applies to all of us, everything that comes through. It really does apply to each one of us.
Everybody's got to try to get their affairs in order however they see fit, and just not go totally crazy over stuff, and figure out who's true and who's not true, and figure out what's going on in your own personal life. And that's basically what they're telling you. At least that's what I read anyhow.
Well, I think that's a good way to look at it. I really do. And it's just, again, the wheel, the cycle of life, the wheel, the medicine wheel is turning. We're going into this position. And I always, again, fall is definitely my favorite season. Always has been and always will be. I just like it. I'm not a summer person. I don't like heat. And I always have looked forward to fall, and I still do. That's never going to change. Now, I
I
see we
just
have
love
one
the
person. Go ahead,
I
please.
just love the sports in fall and winter. I like pretty much everything except for when it gets hot one day, cold one day. But the sports, I'm not a football or a basketball guy. I'm more like you, a hockey person.
Oh, definitely. Hockey season is coming up real quick. That's why another reason to like fall. Right there. Hey, hockey. A great sport. Very fast. Very, very exciting. We'll put it that way. And compared to sports where it takes them forever to do anything, you could never keep up with hockey because it moves so incredibly fast. Those guys
Correct.
really have a lot of abilities to move so fast and be so accurate is amazing to me. Really is. Watching them play, I think it's quite a beautiful thing. Now, we've got a person who's called in, so let's see if they're wanting to talk. Hello, this is Cherokee Billy, and who are you?
Well, hello, my favorite advisors. Thank you for doing the show. It's Melissa, #1 fan.
Hello. Well, thank you, Melissa, for being here. I appreciate it. And what are you looking forward to with fall?
Oh, what am I looking for?
Yeah, too, with fall coming on.
I've been a little bit cloudy lately, so I'm hoping that clears out, and I hope that we'll be more at peace with each other. But for myself, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Was there something you wanted to bring up? Something else?
Yes, ma'am. So to the equinox, is this because we just had hurricanes. Hurricane Lee was a 5. Does this affect any, like the wolves or any land, air, water, ocean animal? Does it affect I know
Yes.
the winters can be so, but
Well, most animals, if they're, like squirrels and stuff, they're storing up food because they know winter's coming. And, like bears, they start, eating more because they're going to go into hibernation. So the animals are aware of the seasons. They naturally know all of them without somebody pointing it out and telling them. So they're, let's just say they're all preparing for a time of rest because they're trying anyway. Best way I can put it.
I also think as far as wars and stuff like that, I mean, to me, war is stupid because there are no winners, there are no losers. Everybody loses in a war. As far as the waters and stuff like that, the moon goes around and it affects the water, affects the tides, and I'm sure that I don't know because I'm not, I'm not a big science guy, but I'm sure it affects tornadoes and hurricanes and things like that also. With the high tides, with stuff that's just going on, period. And everything changes. If you look at history, everything changes. You go from the ice age, and then you have everything being real hot, and then, so things change with the moon and stuff like that.
Everything affects us, and we just need to realize it. Go ahead.
Oh, what about the crops, the agriculture? Does the food grow faster? Yes, sir.
Well, actually, this is coming into harvest time through the northern hemisphere, so it's more of a time of collecting everything, not a time of planting. It's a time to harvest. So this is what's going to happen. We've got the harvest moon coming up. I think it's on the 29th of this month.
Yes.
So that's what's happening there. It's more of a time of gathering things together. It's not really a time of planting.
Southern hemisphere it is, but not the northern hemisphere.
Okay. Was there something
I
else?
ask you. Yes, ask you nothing, please. So as okay, so our planet has changed. We are in a global warming. Any signs that perhaps, like, I know you're a wolf Cherokee, that the wolves had, like, the Native Indians message to us with this, any messages from the Native Indians?
Well, I don't really know about any messages per se. I mean, there's always messages being delivered. I'm just not sure which ones you're looking at. I didn't quite get that.
With this with the harvest coming up from the Native Indians, because I know they do the powwow dance for the water. Are they going to be doing any dance for the new harvest?
Oh, yes. Always. There's festivals throughout any Indian reservation or performance. You better believe it. A lot of different ones. You know, you can check if they're in your area, you know, Native American ceremonies. Because, yes, it's a big time. Again, they always honored, you know, getting the crops finished, because one thing people don't think about, Native Americans did do a lot of planting. They knew about harvest and, you know, when to plant. Then they grew a lot of their food. It wasn't just all meat. You know, they ate fruit, vegetables. So, and
storing
in
up the
today's
food.
world, yeah,
I'm
storing
sorry.
up. No,
Storing up the
they're
food
like
for
the
the winter.
animals. Yeah.
Right.
They had more of a tendency to do things along lines with the animals and more natural. You know, again, in our modern world, things are not quite that way. Some people still practice storing up, canning foods, different things, but not everyone.
I have an important question. Do you sense that some animals are going to be extinct in the next 10 years? The way this new generation is always on the internet or computer, and and what concerns me, they're tuning out of reality into illusion. The
They're
world is
already there.
changing.
Yes, it's already there. It isn't way off in the future, 10 years. It's here now. And, you know, the more we keep growing, population overgrowth, we keep cutting away the normal homes for animals, and it's affecting them tremendously. That's why you get more animal attacks in residential areas, because, again, the animals area was taken over, and it just keeps expanding, and it's cutting them out. They don't know where to go. It's bottom line. Ray, your thoughts on that?
I know, well, here in where I live at now in Las Vegas, they used to have mountain lions come down in Las Vegas and attack people, not necessarily, some people, but people had sense to stay away from them. But, you know, smaller animals, dogs, cats, whatever the case may be. But, yeah, they are losing where they live because of growth.
Yes, and it's an unbalance in the world. That's the sad thing. So yes, I don't know what animals will be affected, but more and more are. Like in Europe, the wolf is pretty much extinct over there, you know, from hunters killing them. So it's just going to vary. I don't know exactly what animals, but I just feel like figure.
I was going to say it was like buffalo. until they put a stop on it, they would have been extinct. A lot of people just kill an animal for a trophy versus where many centuries ago, they killed them strictly for food. And that's what, and they would use every piece of the animal for whatever. But they would kill them for food, not just for a trophy and, let them lay or for coats or something like that.
Very, very true. Very true. So have we answered you here, Melissa?
Oh yeah, that is very beautiful. Any wording on for prayers or anything that people should respect the environment more, because the planet is crying out, help me.
Very much. It is. And the planet, the Mother Earth, the animals, and humans, we're all crying out for help, I feel, anymore. It's accelerating everything, and the intensity on humans is enormous. That's why we're bringing up, how the Zodiac signs will be affected, trying to help people get through another day of life.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in. We're coming down to the last few minutes, but I always appreciate your calls, and thank you for being a loyal listener. I really appreciate that. So sending you autumn blessings, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. She brought up some good points, on the animals and on what's happening in the world. Very good points, and thinking about it now. I wish more people would think about it. I wish the world could open up and see things clearly instead of how they hide their head in the sands like ostrich.
Well, they all think that, there's going to be grocery stores and everything else all the time. And, what happens if there are no grocery stores? Or that, trucks can't get there because of whatever reason. It's just, they have to look at, it's like the animals. Store up for them, they should always store up in case if something happens.
Yes, and humans need to be doing that very, very much. I often encourage people, if you've got a bit of a yard, grow, plant, and if you can, then preserve the things, because it is getting to where there are more food shortages worldwide. America has seen shortages, but not like some other countries that are really going through it. So it's important to try to store up food and grow your own so you're not so dependent on the markets and the world and the governments.
Correct.
Yes.
Because, this is my opinion, and strictly my opinion. The governments really don't care about you, and it doesn't matter what party you belong to. The governments don't care. All they worry about is themselves, and they're going to end up one day with all kind of money and nobody to do anything for them so they can spend the money. Just light it in your fireplace and go from there.
Yeah, very true, very true. Well, I hope that people are aware more of why this fall equinox is important and start thinking on it. And it falls on the 22nd of this month, so try and do something. Honor Mother Earth, honor the animals, and yourself. Think on that and make sure you do something special. It will come back to you. And I thank you, Ray, for being here and sharing your wisdom today and knowledge of things, because you come always from a very practical side, and that's something the world lacks, practicality. So thank you.
Nope. Thank you for having me.
Yes, well, we're down to the end. I thank everybody for listening, and remember, check out my website, CherokeeBillySpiritualAdvisor.com, and have a blessed autumn. Thank you.
Thank you.